Were there any particular characteristics that you were able to define on how you could figure out who within the company was willing to play nice and partner with you as you explored that might work in the third wave as well?
Sure. I think there are a couple ingredients there. One was kind of going to school on the company and the different divisions and trying to understand what some of the challenges they're dealing with were, some of the opportunities they might be interested in might be, kind of putting yourselves in their shoes and trying to kind of understand kind of how they might be thinking. And that then makes it easier to craft a pitch around a partnership because it's likelier to resonate with them if it's in sync with their way they're thinking. And so, we required some research, talking to a bunch of people to try to understand what different groups might be, motivated by, interested in, kind of moved by. And the second was really the issue of persistence and just, not taking no for an answer. And if somebody in some group said no, asking them to introduce me to somebody else in some other group, and, eventually find a place that, person or group that was, willing to, say yes. So I think the first was kind of a little bit of a research aspect, a little bit of an empathy aspect, a little bit of a just kind of going to school to understand how they might be, different groups within the company might be thinking. And the other was kind of persevering and finally finding out some path to a yes. I think those skills are going to become important more important in the third wave, because I don't think it's going to be easy if you have an idea for revolutionizing healthcare to get a meeting with the right person at the Cleveland Clinic or the United Health Group or other folks. It's going to be hard, and you have to figure out some way to break in, some way to get some attention, get some notice, and get some build some credibility. And I think it won't be easy to get in. It won't be easy to form the partnership. It won't be easy to execute against the partnership. It won't be easy to keep both sides happy. But if you have the right skill set and the right perseverance, and you structure it as something that can be a win-win kind of relationship, then you have a real shot.
And I've got to wonder, how did you get security clearance to wander around Apple every day?
Well, it was really two phases. The first phase, first month or two, I would just basically go there and register every day as a guest, and somebody else I was trying to meet based on somewhat somebody had suggested, and after a little while, I think they got tired of that, and so I convinced somebody to get me a consultant badge, so I then could enter on my own, and I kind of found an empty cubicle and sort of parked myself there.
Wandered around the hallway.
For a couple of months, and a little bit wandering around the hallway. So maybe I suspect I know the Apple security is much more intense these days, but they were flexible, a little more flexible back then.
Yeah.